Life has a way of revealing truths in the quiet moments, doesn't it? When someone loses your presence, they lose more than just a person. They lose an energy, a light, and a love that cannot be replaced. Today, let us explore the profound truth that those who take you for granted will never find true peace after losing you. Not because you wish them harm, but because your value is irreplaceable, and your absence creates a void only you could fill. Each of us carries a unique energy of vibration that sets us apart from every other being on this planet. It's not just about personality, preferences, or habits, it's the essence of who we are. This energy is the combination of our thoughts, feelings, intentions, and the love we pour into the world. It radiates from us in ways we may not even realize, touching the lives of others profoundly. When you understand the depth of your unique energy, you begin to see how it impacts every relationship and interaction you have. Your energy is like a fingerprint, it cannot be duplicated. It's formed by your life experiences, the lessons you've learned, and the wisdom you've gained along the way. Think about the way you bring light into someone's life. Perhaps it's your unwavering support during difficult times, or the way you listen without judgment. Maybe it's your ability to make others laugh when they need it most, or your calm presence that brings peace to chaotic situations. These qualities are not random, they are part of your unique energetic blueprint, and they have a ripple effect on the world around you. When you step into a relationship, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or even a colleague, you are offering a piece of your energy. You create connections that are infused with your authenticity and your love. People feel this energy even if they don't consciously recognize it. It's in the way you make them feel valued, understood, and cared for. It's in the silent moments of comfort you provide, or the encouragement you offer when they doubt themselves. This is what makes you irreplaceable. However, not everyone who encounters your energy will appreciate it. Some may take it for granted, assuming that the light you bring will always be there. They might not realize the depth of your contribution to their lives until it's no longer present. This isn't a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of their inability to see it. When someone doesn't value the energy you bring, it doesn't diminish your power or uniqueness. It simply means they are not aligned with the depth of who you are. When someone loses your energy, the void left behind can feel immense. They may try to fill it with distractions or other relationships, but what they fail to understand is that the essence of what you offered cannot be replicated. The laughter, the support, the love, it was all uniquely yours. It carried your signature, your vibrancy, and your soul's touch. They may search for it in others, only to realize that what you gave was one of a kind. This realization can be both humbling and transformative for them, as it forces them to confront the truth of what they've lost. You see, your energy doesn't just disappear when you leave someone's life. It lingers as a memory, a feeling, a warmth they can no longer access. It reminds them of the comfort you provided and the love you gave freely. While they may struggle with the loss, it's important for you to understand that their journey of realization is not your burden to carry. You are not responsible for teaching someone to value you after you're gone. Your responsibility is to yourself to honor your energy, to protect it, and to share it with those who truly see its worth. The beauty of your unique energy is that it is abundant, yet it thrives best when it's shared with those who reciprocate and appreciate it. When you recognize your value, you stop settling for relationships that drain you or fail to uplift you. You become more discerning about where and with whom you share your energy. This isn't about withholding love. It's about ensuring that your love is met with respect and gratitude. There's a profound power in understanding your uniqueness. It allows you to walk away from situations where your energy is not honored, knowing that your absence will speak louder than your presence ever could. It's not about being vindictive or wishing harm upon anyone. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to diminish it for the sake of someone else's comfort. When you honor your energy, you create space for people who align with your vibration to enter your life. These are the ones who will see your light, cherish it, and reflect it back to you. They won't take your kindness for granted or assume that your love is limitless without appreciation. Instead, they will meet your energy with their own, creating a relationship of mutual respect and growth. Remember, your energy is your gift to the world. It's what makes you special, what draws others to you, and what leaves a lasting impact long after you've gone. It's not something that can be stolen or diminished by others' inability to see its value. It's always there within you, waiting to be shared with those who truly deserve it. So hold your head high and embrace your uniqueness. Know that losing you is not just about losing a person, it's about losing a connection that was rare, beautiful, and transformative. And while others may struggle to find peace after losing you, you will continue to thrive, shining your light for those who truly value and cherish the gift of your presence. When someone loses you, they may not fully understand at first what has been taken from their life. There's often an initial period of denial where they believe that things will go on as they always have, that someone else can step into the role you once played. But over time, the truth begins to settle, and the void left by your absence is not something that can simply be filled by another person or distraction. This void is the unique space you occupied in their life, and it is a reminder of what they had but failed to appreciate fully. You see, relationships are not interchangeable. The connection you create with someone is formed by the love, trust, and shared experiences that are uniquely yours. When you walk away, what you leave behind is not just the memory of your presence, but the irreplaceable bond that only you could provide. No one else speaks the language of their heart the way you did. No one else understands the unspoken parts of their story the way you did. This is not arrogance, it's the simple truth of human connection. People often take for granted the depth of what you offer until it is no longer there. They might believe that another relationship can provide the same comfort, understanding, and joy, but relationships are not about mere functionality, they are about the spirit and essence that each individual brings. What you gave was shaped by your heart, your experiences, and your intentions. It was a reflection of your energy, and that cannot be duplicated. In the wake of your absence, they will search for replacements, hoping to find someone who can recreate the dynamic they once shared with you. They might jump into new relationships or surround themselves with distractions, but these efforts often fall short. The void left by a deep connection cannot be filled by superficial means. It is a space that was shaped specifically by your presence, and no one else can fit into it in the same way. This realization can be deeply unsettling for them. They may try to rationalize it, convincing themselves that you were not as important as you truly were. But the heart has a way of revealing the truth, even when the mind resists it. The moments you shared, the support you gave, and the love you poured into the relationship will resurface in their thoughts. These memories are not just nostalgia. They are reminders of the profound impact you had on their life. What makes the void even more challenging to bear is the fact that it isn't just about losing you, it's about losing the person they were when they were with you. Perhaps you made them feel safe in their vulnerability or inspired them to dream bigger than they ever had before. Maybe your presence encouraged them to be more open, more loving, or more honest with themselves. When you're no longer there, they lose not only the relationship, but also the version of themselves that flourished in your light. It's important to understand that this void is not created out of spite or punishment. It is simply the natural consequence of removing something rare and valuable from someone's life. When a person fails to cherish what they have, they often don't realize its worth until it's gone. The void is their lesson to learn, their opportunity to grow and reflect. It is not your burden to bear. For you, this knowledge should be empowering, not vindictive. Recognizing that you brought something extraordinary to the table should strengthen your resolve to honor yourself and your energy. It should remind you that walking away from a situation where you were not valued is not a loss for you, but a reclaiming of your worth. You are not responsible for filling the void left in their life. That is their journey, not yours. The beauty of life is that your unique essence will always find a place where it is celebrated and appreciated. The void you leave behind for one person becomes a treasure for another. While they may struggle with the emptiness of your absence, you will thrive in spaces where your light is recognized and cherished. This is the balance of the universe. What is lost in one place is gained in another. If they find themselves unable to fill the void, it is not because you wished it upon them, but because what you offered was one of a kind. This understanding is not meant to fuel resentment or anger, but to affirm your value. You gave your best, and if that was not enough for them, it speaks to their inability to receive, not to your capacity to give. In time, they may come to terms with what they lost. They may even reach a place of gratitude, acknowledging the role you played in their journey. But by then, you will have moved forward, embracing the life and relationships that align with your worth. The void they cannot fill is a reminder to you and to them of the importance of appreciation. It underscores the significance of valuing the people in our lives while they are still present. And most importantly, it serves as a testament to the irreplaceable nature of who you are and the love you bring to the world. Peace is a state of being that everyone desires, yet it often feels elusive. It's not something you can buy, achieve through external means, or demand from others. True peace comes from within, and one of its most powerful sources is gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the blessings, lessons, and experiences in your life. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, and in doing so, it creates a profound sense of contentment and harmony. When we fail to embrace gratitude, we often find ourselves caught in a cycle of dissatisfaction. The mind becomes preoccupied with what went wrong, what we didn't get, or what others failed to provide. This kind of thinking creates tension, resentment, and even despair. Without gratitude, peace remains out of reach because the heart is focused on lack rather than abundance. Gratitude, however, transforms this narrative. It invites us to pause and take stock of the gifts we already possess. These gifts don't have to be monumental. They can be as simple as the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter, or the presence of someone who cares for us. When we take the time to notice these moments, we shift our energy. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, we become aware of the richness that already surrounds us. This shift is powerful because it changes how we perceive the world. Gratitude teaches us to see life as something working for us rather than against us. It allows us to acknowledge that even in challenging times, there are opportunities for growth and healing. For example, a difficult relationship might teach us resilience or self-worth. A setback in our career might push us to discover a new passion or path. When we approach life with gratitude, we see these experiences not as failures, but as stepping stones towards something greater. In relationships, gratitude is essential for maintaining peace. Often conflicts arise because we focus on what someone didn't do or how they fell short of our expectations. This mindset breeds frustration and distance. But when we choose to focus on what someone has brought into our lives, their kindness, support, or the lessons they've taught us, we create space for understanding and compassion. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring issues or tolerating harmful behavior. Rather, it means appreciating the good while addressing the challenges with an open heart. Gratitude also helps us let go of resentment, which is one of the greatest obstacles to peace. Holding on to anger or bitterness keeps us trapped in the past, unable to move forward. It's like carrying a heavy burden that grows heavier over time. But when we practice gratitude, we begin to release this weight. We recognize that every experience, even the painful ones, has contributed to our growth. We start to see the people who hurt us not as enemies, but as teachers who revealed something about ourselves or our path. This doesn't excuse their actions, but it frees us from being defined by them. In the absence of gratitude, those who lose something valuable often struggle to find peace. For example, when someone loses a meaningful relationship, they may dwell on the loss and the perceived void it creates. Without gratitude, they focus solely on what is gone, overlooking the memories, lessons, and personal growth that the relationship brought. This mindset perpetuates feelings of regret and sadness, making peace impossible. Gratitude, however, offers a different perspective. It allows them to honor the relationship for what it was and to carry forward the love and wisdom it provided. Gratitude doesn't just benefit the heart and mind, it also has a profound impact on our overall well-being. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can reduce stress, improve sleep, and even strengthen the immune system. This is because gratitude shifts the body out of a state of tension and into one of relaxation. It sends a signal to the brain that says, I am safe, I am cared for, and I am enough. This sense of safety is essential for cultivating peace, as it quiets the mind and soothes the soul. Cultivating gratitude is not about denying hardships or pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding the good even in the midst of struggle. It's about saying, this moment is difficult, but I am grateful for the strength to face it. I am grateful for the support of loved ones. I am grateful for the opportunity to grow. By acknowledging the positive aspects of our lives, we create a foundation of peace that can withstand even the toughest storms. The beauty of gratitude is that it's a practice, not a destination. It's something we can cultivate every day, in every moment. It can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal, where we write down 3 things we're thankful for each day. It can be as intentional as pausing before a meal to appreciate the effort that went into preparing it. It can even be as spontaneous as saying thank you to someone who made a difference in our day. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice to see the world through the lens of abundance rather than scarcity. It's a choice to focus on what we have rather than what we lack. And in making this choice, we invite peace into our lives. When we practice gratitude, we align ourselves with the flow of life. We stop resisting and start embracing. We stop blaming and start appreciating. And in that space of appreciation, we find the peace that has been waiting for us all along. Gratitude doesn't just lead to peace, it is peace. It reminds us that no matter what happens, we are supported, loved, and enough. And that is the ultimate gift. Letting go is one of the most challenging experiences we encounter in life. Whether it's the end of a relationship, the loss of a dream, or the release of an expectation, letting go requires us to confront the weight of our emotions and the attachments we've formed. Yet, when approached with love, letting go transforms from an act of pain into an act of grace. Letting go with love doesn't mean denying the hurt or pretending everything is fine. It means releasing with compassion, both for yourself and for whatever or whoever you are letting go of. When we hold on to something or someone who is no longer meant to be in our lives, we create resistance within ourselves. This resistance often manifests as frustration, anger, or sadness, and it keeps us tethered to the past. Holding on can feel like trying to grip water in your hands. The tighter you hold, the more it slips away. Letting go with love, on the other hand, is like opening your hands and allowing the water to flow naturally. It's a process of trust and surrender, where you honor what was but allow space for what is yet to come. Love is the key to this process because it softens the edges of grief and loss. When you choose to let go with love, you're not erasing the memories or denying the significance of what you're releasing. Instead, you're acknowledging the beauty and lessons that the experience or relationship brought into your life. Love allows you to say, "Thank you for the time we shared. Thank you for the growth and joy you brought me. I release you now with peace in my heart." Letting go with love requires a deep sense of self-compassion. Often we cling to things because we believe that letting go means failure or weakness. We may think, if I just try harder, I can make this work, or if I let this go, I'll never find anything as good. These thoughts come from a place of fear, not love. When we choose love, we remind ourselves that our worth is not tied to what we hold on to. We are whole and complete, even in the face of loss. There's also an element of forgiveness in letting go with love. This forgiveness isn't just for others, it's also for yourself. You may need to forgive yourself for mistakes you made, for holding on too long, or for not recognizing certain truths sooner. Self-forgiveness is an act of love that allows you to move forward without carrying the heavy burden of guilt. It's a way of saying, I did the best I could with what I knew at the time, and that is enough. When it comes to letting go of others, love helps us to see them as human, just like ourselves. It's easy to hold on to resentment or blame, especially when someone has hurt us. But holding on to those emotions only binds us more tightly to the pain. Letting go with love means recognizing that the other person was on their own journey with their own struggles and limitations. It doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it allows you to release the need for revenge or validation. You let them go not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Another profound aspect of letting go with love is the way it opens up space in your life. When you cling to something that no longer serves you, you block new opportunities and blessings from entering. It's as though your hands are too full to receive anything else. By letting go, you create room for fresh experiences, relationships, and joys. Love reminds you that life is abundant and that what is meant for you will never pass you by. The process of letting go with love isn't always quick or linear. There may be moments when you feel at peace with your decision, followed by moments when the ache of longing returns. This is natural. Healing is not about erasing the past, it's about integrating it into your story in a way that empowers you. Each time you feel the pull of attachment, you can gently remind yourself, I release this with love. I trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Letting go with love also invites a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the experiences, even if they were painful. Gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained. Gratitude for the way each moment, even the difficult ones, has shaped you into the person you are today. Gratitude doesn't mean you have to be happy about the loss. It simply means you recognize its place in your journey. As you practice letting go with love, you may notice a profound sense of freedom. The weight of what you've been carrying begins to lift, and you feel lighter, more open, and more connected to the present moment. Love doesn't bind or confine, it liberates. By letting go with love, you free yourself to live fully and authentically, unburdened by the chains of the past. Ultimately, letting go with love is an act of faith. It's trusting that life has greater plans for you, even if you can't see them yet. It's believing that you are worthy of joy and peace no matter what you've been through. And it's knowing that love, true, unconditional love, never truly leaves. It transforms, it evolves, and it continues to guide you toward your highest good. So when the time comes to release something or someone, choose love as your guide. Let it soften your heart, soothe your pain, and illuminate the path forward. Trust that in letting go with love, you are not losing anything. You are simply making space for the next beautiful chapter of your life to unfold. You are worthy. These words may seem simple, yet their depth is profound. Embracing your worth is one of the most transformative acts you can undertake in your life. It is the recognition that you are enough just as you are without needing to prove, earn, or chase after external validation. Your worth is intrinsic. It has always been with you and will never diminish no matter what circumstances you face or what others might say. The journey to embracing your worth often begins with unlearning. Society, relationships, and even our own inner critic can instill beliefs that our value is tied to our achievements, appearance, or the approval of others. These messages can create a cycle of striving where we constantly seek to meet some elusive standard. But the truth is, your worth was never contingent on these external factors. It has always been rooted in the unique essence of who you are. To embrace your worth, you must first become aware of the ways in which you may have denied it. Perhaps you stayed in relationships where you were not treated with respect because you feared being alone. Maybe you've silenced your voice to avoid conflict or sought validation through overworking or overgiving. These patterns are not a reflection of your actual value, but rather of the false belief that you must earn love, respect, or belonging. Recognizing these patterns is not about self-judgment, it's about self-awareness. Once you see where you've been diminishing your worth, you can begin to change. The first step is to affirm in both thought and action that you are deserving of love, respect, and kindness, starting with how you treat yourself. This means setting boundaries, speaking up for your needs, and no longer tolerating behavior that undermines your sense of self. Embracing your worth also requires self-compassion. It's easy to be harsh with yourself for past mistakes or perceived shortcomings, but true worth is not conditional on perfection. You are valuable not because you never fail, but because your existence is inherently meaningful. Every experience, every challenge, and every success adds to the richness of who you are. When you can look at yourself with compassion, you begin to see that your flaws and struggles do not define you. They are simply part of your journey. Gratitude can be a powerful ally in this process. When you focus on the qualities, talents, and strengths you already possess, you shift your perspective from lack to abundance. Perhaps you have a gift for making others feel seen and heard, a creative spark that inspires new ideas, or a resilience that carries you through tough times. These aspects of yourself are reminders of your worth. By appreciating them, you reinforce the truth that you bring something valuable to the world. One of the greatest barriers to embracing your worth is comparison. It's natural to look at others and feel as though they are more successful, attractive, or accomplished, but comparison is a thief of joy and a distortion of reality. No one else has walked your path, faced your challenges, or carried your unique experiences. Your worth cannot be measured against someone else's because it is entirely your own. When you stop comparing, you free yourself to focus on your own growth and fulfillment. Another important aspect of embracing your worth is learning to receive. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that giving is noble, while receiving is selfish or undeserved. But receiving is a vital part of the balance of life. When someone offers you kindness, help, or love, it is not a reflection of your weakness, but of your connection. By allowing yourself to receive, you affirm that you are worthy of support and care. This openness enriches both your life and the lives of those who give to you. Embracing your worth also means stepping into your power. This doesn't mean exerting control over others, but rather recognizing and owning your ability to create, influence, and shape your life. You are not a passive participant in your story, you are its author. When you embrace your worth, you begin to act from a place of confidence and clarity. You pursue goals that align with your values, surround yourself with people who uplift you, and make choices that honor your true self. As you grow in your sense of worth, you may notice a shift in how others treat you. This is not because your value has changed, but because your energy has. When you carry yourself with confidence and self-respect, people are more likely to mirror that treatment. And those who don't respect your worth will naturally fall away, making space for healthier and more fulfilling relationships. The journey to embracing your worth is not always easy, but it is deeply rewarding. Along the way, you may encounter moments of doubt or setbacks, but these are simply opportunities to reaffirm your commitment to yourself. Each time you choose to act in alignment with your worth, you strengthen your belief in it. Ultimately, embracing your worth is about living in alignment with the truth of who you are. It is about stepping into your life with the confidence that you are enough exactly as you are. This doesn't mean you stop growing or striving for more. It means you do so from a place of self-love rather than self-doubt. When you embrace your worth, you create a foundation of peace and joy that no external circumstance can shake. You begin to live not for approval or validation, but for the sheer beauty of being fully, authentically yourself. And in doing so, you inspire others to do the same. Life is a continuous journey of growth, a path that leads us to discover the depths of who we are and the heights of what we can achieve. To focus on your growth is to prioritize your evolution mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It is a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself, not for the approval of others, but for the fulfillment and peace it brings to your soul. Growth is a process, and it requires both courage and patience. It asks you to look within, embrace change, and trust in your ability to rise above challenges. Growth begins with self-awareness. It's about taking a step back and reflecting on where you are in life and where you want to be. This isn't always easy. It requires honesty and a willingness to face areas that may need improvement. But self-awareness is not about judgment, it's about understanding. When you can see yourself clearly, including your strengths, weaknesses, and patterns, you empower yourself to make intentional choices that lead to growth. You begin to take ownership of your life, recognizing that your growth is your responsibility and no one else's. Focusing on your growth also means letting go of comparisons. It's tempting to measure your progress against others, to look at their achievements and wonder if you're falling behind. But growth is not a race or a competition, it's a personal journey. No two paths are the same because no two people are the same. When you compare, you rob yourself of the joy of your own unique progress. Instead of looking outward, turn inward and celebrate how far you've come. Every small step forward is a victory, and those steps add up to significant transformation over time. Another important aspect of growth is embracing challenges. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones, it happens when you stretch yourself beyond what feels easy or familiar. Challenges are not obstacles meant to stop you, they are opportunities to learn, adapt, and strengthen your resilience. When you face difficulties with a mindset of growth, you begin to see them as teachers rather than threats. Each challenge holds a lesson, and each lesson brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. Patience is essential on the path of growth. In a world that often glorifies instant results, it's easy to feel frustrated when progress seems slow. But true growth takes time. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the sprout the moment you bury it in the soil. It needs water, sunlight, and care to grow, and even then it unfolds at its own pace. Your growth is no different. Be gentle with yourself and trust that the work you're doing now will bear fruit in time. Celebrate the process, not just the outcome. One of the most powerful ways to focus on your growth is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity. When you approach life with curiosity, you become open to new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. You stop fearing failure because you see it as a natural part of learning. You begin to ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? Curiosity keeps you engaged with life, always seeking to expand your understanding and improve yourself. Part of growth is also learning to release what no longer serves you. This could be old habits, limiting beliefs, toxic relationships, or even outdated goals. Growth requires space, and holding on to what weighs you down can prevent you from moving forward. Letting go is not always easy. It can feel like loss, but when you release with intention, you create room for something new and better to enter your life. Trust that what you're letting go of is making way for your highest good. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another crucial factor in your growth. The energy and influence of those around you can either uplift you or hold you back. Seek out relationships that inspire and challenge you, relationships that encourage your growth rather than stifle it. At the same time, be mindful of the energy you bring into those relationships. Growth is a two-way street, and as much as you seek support, be willing to offer it to others on their journeys as well. To focus on your growth is to commit to lifelong learning. Life is a vast and endless teacher, offering wisdom in every experience if you're willing to listen. Read books, take courses, explore new hobbies, and engage in meaningful conversations. Be open to feedback and criticism, not as personal attacks, but as tools for improvement. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more equipped you become to navigate the complexities of life. Finally, growth requires self-love. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of investing in yourself. It's about treating yourself with kindness and respect, even when you stumble. Growth is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling back the layers of doubt and fear to reveal the strength, beauty, and potential that have always been within you. Focusing on your growth is a journey, not a destination. It's a lifelong process of becoming, of reaching for your highest self, while honoring who you are in this moment. Growth is not always easy. It can be uncomfortable, even painful at times. But it is always worth it because it leads you to a life of greater fulfillment, purpose, and joy. So take the first step, and then the next, and trust that each one is bringing you closer to the person you are meant to be.